What's up, 805? Bill Locey right here in Studio 805 for the Ventura County Star in Camarillo on purpose. Kicking it on my couch, I've had it too long, with my humble views about what to know about where to go this week. The Ventura Music Festival thing is in full swing. Almost all local bands all over the downtown and the harbor. So this is one of the busiest weeks of the year, so there's lots of stuff. And I talk fast, so listen up. Thanks for stopping by. I'm here to talk to you wonderful folks about live music. And to that end, if I had a faster car, a richer girlfriend, even one with a job, here's what I'll be lurking in the back this week. Okay, tonight, beginning in LA, I found this one by accident when I was browsing through the LA Weekly. It's Peter Lewis at some place called the Pig and Whistle. He was one of the founding members of Moby Grape. Their self-titled debut is one of the best albums of the 60s. Almost a year ago at a Civil War reenactment up north at Roaring Camp, all of us in uniform, the Yankee Army, invaded nearby Scotts Valley to get faded and troll for hot chicks with blind chicks with low self-esteem. And who was playing but Peter Lewis. Now, most of it was generic bar blues. Then he'd play a Moby Grape song. Lewis is a legend, also Loretta Young's son, and you need that Moby Grape album. Also in LA tonight is the Airborne Toxic event at the John Anson Ford Theater, and the Gin Blossoms are at Hollywood Park, presumably before or after the horses run really fast. Oh, and one more, the potentially good one. Love was one of the best bands to come out of LA in those silly 60s, the brainchild of Arthur Lee. When we have more time, I'll tell you a funny Arthur Lee story. And Gene Clark was one of the founding members of the Byrds. Both of these guys have entered the past tense, and there will be a tribute to their music at the Roxy in Hollywood. And closer to home, Richard Butler will lead his psychedelic furs at the Canyon Club, also tonight, Friday night. Well, up here in the 805, where we like it, the Generator and a bunch of other bands will be at Rock City Studios in Camarillo playing a benefit for the poor Japanese folks whose lives were turned upside down by the recent disasters. In Ventura, as the name would indicate, there's Pure Power Pop from the Pop-O-Matics right next to the big square cement thing, the Ventura County Jail, so fade yourselves accordingly. Now, here's some Ventura Music Week news and recommendations, starting at the venerable Ventura Theater. It's the Sky Daddies, along with the Gritties, and Emil Bus, which is Sublime spelled backwards. The Moonlight Cruisers and Sugar Daddy will be at the Bombay Bar and Grill, and further down C Street to the once Blue Pacific, it's Frank Barajas doing his one-man pop thing at Eric Erickson's on the Pier. Los Dudes will share the joy when they play some covers at the Star Lounge, and a few blocks away at Zoe's, it's the Dan Grimm Band, and later it's Jonathan McEwen and Lee Cook. And down at the end of Main Street at Yoli's, it's blues with Big J McNelly, and up in Ojai at the Hub, it's original rock with We Govern We. Okay, on Saturday, it's the 6th annual Simi Valley Blues Festival. Blues in Simi Valley? What happened? No Rockstar parking at the mall? Maybe. But there's a good lineup this year with Charlie Musselwhite headlining, a show that lasts all day long. Meanwhile, in the Poinsettia City, Brian Parr is doing his fair share for the Ventura Music Week thing. He's hosting a free show at the Plaza Park, formerly Wino Floater Park across from the post office, with a bunch of bands, including Kyle Hunt and King Gypsy and Soft Silence. The Deadbeat Sinners will rock out at the San Cecilia while around the corner. And down Main Street, it's Jam Band Nirvana with Tonight's Bag. Urban Dread will do their danceful reggae thing at Cafe Fiore. And the Bob Jones Tree will play some blues at My Florist down on Oak Street. And KGB, that's Killer Garage Band featuring Tracy Longo shredding on guitar. They'll be at Jay's Tapas right near Father Sarah's ancestral elaborate abode, the San Buenaventura Mission, in place since 1782 or before the Revolutionary War ended. Wow. They blocked down the Wino Stroll is Lovebird at Zoe's, and the Preachers will play some rock and blues at Ojai at the Village Jester, completing a busy Saturday night, or as the Chambers brothers so astutely noted, there are things to realize. On Sunday, it's Smooth Dance Grooves with Raw Silk up all those stairs to the Watermark in Ventura, where there is no dress code and perhaps even a Mr. Natural t-shirt is the height of sartorial splendor, or not. At the Bombay, still Sunday, it's the R&B Bombers with decades of experience. Okay, skip a few until Tuesday when the remarkable TV and the radio will be at the Music Box in Hollywood. Bootsy Collins will play some funk at the Grammy Museum in LA, and up in Santa Barbara featuring no one named Vivian yet. It's the Vivian Girls at Muddy Waters, a cool coffee shop with beer. On Wednesday, another of those Club Mercy things. This one, Elefante at Ruby's in Oxnard, and Tony Furtado will be at Zoe's in Ventura, and Jonathan McEwen will be at the Big Buddha Lounge in beautiful downtown Oakview. On Thursday, it's a completely groovy Ravionettes playing the first of two nights at the legendary Troubadour in LA, while Teresa Russell will rock at the Lookout in Oxnard. And finally, it's the best writer in rock, the saddest man with wrists yet unslit. That would be Rhett Miller getting closer. He'll be at Soho in Santa Barbara. He's the best. Okay, that's that. Now this, Rock and Roll Call, the record rating service of cyberspace. My humble advice, to buy it, fly it, or walk right on by it. First up, new one by my new favorite band, Black Joe Lewis and the Honey Bears out of Austin, Texas, Boomer Sooner. The album is called Scandalous, and it's on one of the great labels that sure can pick them. That would be Lost Highway. This is the best blues album to come along in ages, maybe the best since Johnny Hooker's Endless Boogie in 1970. Lewis seems to be channeling Muddy Waters and James Brown. That'll work. Plus he has a killer second guitar and a 3-part horn section tighter than your boss at a tea party with poor people's money. To these ears, Lewis was the best band at Coachella this year. So not that rap crap, just funk, blues, and more soul than a Nike factory. Shredding, feedback, crazy guitar solos by Joe himself. Black Snake has speeding ticket written all over it. Trust me this time, buy it. Next up, a new one from those Dum Dum Girls. It's a 4-song EP called He Gets Me High, and it's on the great Sub Pop. First of all, the band name reminds me of the sarcastic Mr. Hyde from that 70s show when he says, hey, let's go cruising for hot chicks with low self-esteem. Well, these chicks are doing the classic girl group pop stuff without Phil Spector and or Goffin and King, but it's pleasant enough. And the last one, There Was a Light That Never Goes Out, sounds like females channeling Morrissey meets The Cure. I'll take the Suicide Girls over the Dum Dum Girls. So here's some bubblegum pop worth checking out. If you're into this sort of thing, count me in. And finally, it's the Translucent Blues, the debut from Doors keyboard player Ray Manzarek and Roy Rogers, a blues guitar player and not the king of the Cowboys. In any case, these two concoct some solid old school blues, making for exceptional driving music. These two helped me get to Coachella this year. Head bopping, foot tapping, good stuff. Game of skill is a rocker of note, but these guys got it going. Okay, that's it for this time. Thanks for hanging out for these few precious moments. Darn glad to be here. Go check out some live music. It's fun. Bill Locey, Ventura County Star. Thanks for stopping by. Hit it, M.